One candidate that is trying to set himself apart from the Democratic Party establishment in Washington, the Pelosi, the Reid, the Obama team, is Brett Carter. He's running in the 6th Congressional District in Tennessee. It's the suburban area around Nashville, has been held as a seat by Congressman Bart Gordon, Democrat Congressman Bart Gordon, who decided not to seek re-election this year, made it an open seat opportunity. It's been ranked by the Republicans as their number one pickup opportunity in the entire country. Diane Black, a state senator from the Gallatin area, just north of Nashville, is the Republican nominee. Brett Carter, who also happens to be from the same county, same community, is the Democratic Party nominee. He's a lawyer with a major law firm in Nashville and has called upon Nancy Pelosi to step aside as House Speaker because, frankly, Brett's sick of people asking him, what about your first vote? It's going to be for Nancy Pelosi. He can't talk about some of the other issues he wants to talk about, and Brett's in our studio with us today to talk a little bit about his race that's attracting some national attention, particularly as he called on Nancy Pelosi to hand her gavel over. Brett, good to have you with us.
It's good to be here.
What response, if any, have you gotten from Nancy Pelosi?
No response from Speaker Pelosi as of yet. We're just focused on making sure we continue to try to get the word out about, why we're qualified to run and how we're going to turn the economy around.
Did you expect to get a response from her, or was it mainly a message to folks in your congressional district that, look, I'm getting asked, your first vote's going to be for Nancy Pelosi, and, I got to find a way to distinguish myself from that. Is this more of a message than it is a message to Nancy?
Well, I think it was a way to make sure that we did it in a thoughtful way, to say, listen, this is what we want, this is what we're thinking. And to me, it's also a message to the people in my district. I'm not beholden to anyone. I have a heart of a Democrat, and I'm not going to vote for John Boehner, of course, but we've got to make sure that we are best positioning ourselves to talk about the issues. And if we can't talk about the issues because we have a lightning rod at the top of our party, then maybe we need to change the face of our party.
But does it really change the face if you've got Steny Hoyer, for example, who steps in because he's going to appoint the same committee chairman, the same Charlie Rangel, Maxine Waters, Bernice Johnson down in Dallas, who's been ripping off the Congressional Black Caucus college fund. I mean, the same liberal extremists that you're saying you're not going to be a part of are still in power if it's Steny Hoyer versus Nancy Pelosi.
Well, I'll say this: I'm not a career politician, and that's one of the main reasons I'm running. Is I believe it's not Democrat or Republican. I think people across this district are tired of career politicians, no matter what party they're in, Steve. And I think that if you look about what's going on across the country right now, it's incumbents, it's career politicians that are losing because people are tired of the same old games they see in Washington. And so what you're talking about is not limited to just Democrats. I mean, if Republicans are in charge, the same type of thing goes on. And so I think people are fed up with that. And so we've got to get new faces. What I tell people across this district is it doesn't make sense that 2 years ago we kicked out Republicans to put Democrats in charge to only 2 years later say, well, now let's kick out the Democrats and put the Republicans back in charge. We need new faces. That's what I offer, and I'm qualified to do the job. I'm a veteran. I've got an accounting degree. All the tools that you need to represent this district, I have them. I'm prepared to do that when I go to Washington.